What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Bro Tech Gaming Podcast. It's your boy Sean with my boy Carlos. Have some news to get into, some interesting news. How things been for you this week, Carlos, since last episode?
It's been a pretty good week. Nothing out of the normal. I do want to apologize for me being out of breath the whole podcast. Yeah, so I had turned my gain down because I was trying to fix my microphone and I forgot to lower it back down, and it was just like me gasping for air the whole podcast. So I'm sorry about that. I fixed it, so you probably shouldn't hear it, or you might. I don't know. I'm not really good with the sound on here.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I just there were some moments where I just heard I'm like, bro, Carlos, are you okay?
Dude, that was the first thing I heard when I started editing it, and I started cracking up laughing, dude. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's hard. Sometimes I struggle with my mic too, because it's like a directional mic. One of these days it would be cool to upgrade to one of those Rode or the Shure microphones that are
the Go XLRs.
Yeah, you just talk into it and it has a full sort of cone that it can pick up audio. It's just so much cleaner, because sometimes I know I'm talking into it, but then it's just if I'm moving a lot, I feel I have to be in the zone all the time.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for me. What's up with you? What's new this week?
Honestly, not a lot. New going into the week. Just got some house stuff that I'm dealing with. Here, cheers. My Trulies. Pink. This podcast is not sponsored by Trulies, nor is it sponsored by Pacifico. I gotta do some weed abatement or whatever, man. We got a notice in the mail about how our weeds are a hazard, and the county wants us to clean it up, and it's telling me to clean a portion of weeds that aren't even on my fucking property.
But it's the ones that are over the sidewalk, right?
Yeah, it's over the sidewalk, but it wraps around to the right side. So it's according to the abatement thing, I'm responsible for up to 50 feet beyond the edge of my property if it's a shared road or public road or something like that. So I have to clear another 25 feet or so past my fucking fence line. I'm just that's stupid, man. I don't even use the front part of my house for anything. So I don't know when that's due. So I think I have 2 more weeks to get it done. If I don't do it, then I'm just gonna get charged by the county, because they're gonna have people to do it anyways. So it's either I do it to avoid the fees, or I pay a fee and the county's gonna do it for me. It's just fucking do it for me, bro. I don't care that much, you know?
Yeah, just get an estimate how much they're gonna charge, and then see if you can find somebody else that'll do it cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but otherwise that's kind of it for me. We were trying to scramble together some news to put together for this episode, and honestly the only one that really stood out at the top of our list, which is very glaring in my opinion, Nintendo Direct had a recent sort of press conference, whatever. We got kind of a more official reveal for the Switch 2. We got some gameplay, we got some specs, we got some prices, and that's kind of what we're going to get into. But how about let's get your opinion first, Carlos, on the Nintendo Switch, without talking about cost right now, because that's going to be a tangent. How do you feel so far about the Switch 2 reveal?
I think the Switch 2 reveal was pretty good. I'm probably not going to get it when it first comes out. I'll probably wait. But I mean, I know you said not to go into price, but the price isn't going to go down. So it's kind of I have to save up to get it. So besides that, so I do like it. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. there's a bunch of stuff on there that I like and I don't like. So so I'll get into the stuff that I do like. So it's gonna be 4K output. So, but only when you dock it to the TV, and your TV is obviously 4K. It's gonna be 120. But on here it says potentially supports 120 frames per second in handheld mode and when docked. So they're not saying that it's gonna be 120 for either one of those. It's like potentially could be 120.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks, because that's kind of like their safe word right there is potentially. It's like we potentially said it could, but it might not. Let me see what else. Faster loading times, which is good. I didn't really think that the first Switch had a lot of loading times on there to where it was like I was like not liking it. So faster loading times is going to be cool. It's talking about new features, built-in voice chat features, a bigger screen, and more storage. So I think it said it's going to come with a 256 gig internal storage.
And it'll have support for your SDXD, like micro SD, bro. That's a mouthful. Micro SD cards, which honestly are getting pretty advanced nowadays. I feel like load times are getting a lot better on those, because I just got one recently for my Steam Deck to add like 500 gigs, and that thing will play some pretty modern games. I haven't tested it on like the AAA modern ones, but like most of the recent ones from the last couple of years. So I think having that capability in the Switch 2 will also take it a long way. Not knowing, of course, how big these games are going to be. If my guess is it's going to be sort of like PS4, Xbox One era type games, I mean, we're still probably going to see some pretty hefty downloads, like 30 gigabytes, 40 gigabytes for some games.
Yeah, they were showing Cyberpunk on the Switch 2, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to be a lot of gigs.
Yeah. I'm thinking hardware wise. Here's the thing: is they didn't really reveal like what the actual hardware specs are. So it's all kind of like speculative right now. Supposedly it's running off of like an NVIDIA APU. We're kind of used to seeing Radeon right now with like the consoles. So like the current Xbox, the PS5, those are all running basically like AMD hardware. The Steam Deck, the Asus ROG Ally, which I think I'm kind of comparing it more on par with like the handhelds, because I mean, realistically, this is a handheld device. I think majority of people are going to use it in handheld mode, but it's running like NVIDIA hardware instead of AMD hardware. But because they didn't reveal it, it's kind of hard to gauge like the quality of the games. It's like, yeah, like it can run Cyberpunk, cool, but we're so like PC focused now in terms of like performance expectations. Like, what kind of Cyberpunk are we talking? Like, are we talking about low settings? Are we talking about medium settings? Like when the Xbox Series X and when the PS5 first came out with Cyberpunk, or the PS4, not even that, PS4 era came out with Cyberpunk, it was pretty bad. I mean, it was like, we all saw the memes with the Jurassic Park like soundtrack, and it was a pretty bad experience compared to like what you could get on PC. So I'm still a little skeptical when it comes to like the third party stuff. I think the first party games are going to perform very well, but if people are going to get this for like third party like crossplay stuff, like I don't think it's going to be very good for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, when or if I do get it, I'm definitely not getting third party games for it, because I have better outlets for that. Like the first party games, like Mario Kart, I'm sure they're gonna come out with another Mario Party, like Pokemon, like those are for sure games that I'm gonna get, just because it's made for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of like interested in how the backwards compatibility is gonna go. I think they're doing the same thing that like the PS5 is doing with like its PS4 games. Like you're gonna pay like a fee. It's like $10 for like the upgraded version, right? So if you want to play like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, but with like 60 hertz with like updated graphics, I think you're gonna have to pay like a premium to get that like upgraded version. Needless to say, like at least it has that compatibility. Like I like to see that. I'm probably only gonna want to play a few titles at the end of the day, like Metroid, Legend of Zelda. Like the Mario games are cool, but I'm not really that big into like Mario Kart and like the Mario Party games. I like the Mario sort of like Galaxy, like Mario 64, Mario Odyssey. Like I like more of those kind of things. So I think that's really what's going to determine it for me, is what kind of first party games they're going to put out. Because outside of it, like you said, like we kind of have an outlet for all those other games already. We can get into the price now if you want to, talking about that.
Yeah, so it's going to be $450 by itself and $500 with a digital download for Mario Kart. Not even a physical. Well, I think a lot of the bundles come with the digital now. That's how they save money on that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like in my opinion, even physical copies are technically digital copies anyways, because there's some games that won't even let you play it unless you're online. Like it has to be able to like register the code even if you want to play like by yourself. So I think that's kind of crazy. So they're talking about $90 for a physical copy of a game, which I think we're only seeing this as like one example. Like I don't know if this is across the board. I think people are jumping the gun and saying like this is across the board going to be 90. But 90 for the physical, $80 for a digital, which is crazy, super crazy to me. The $450 and $500, I'm gonna put an asterisk next to, because that's probably gonna change once all these tariffs go into place. And with the announcement of the tariffs, Nintendo had to put out a statement saying that they had to push back the initial pre-release date of the Nintendo Switch 2 so that they could see how the market is going to react to the tariffs. So that $450 to $500 Switch is probably going to be like, it could be closer to like $600 to $700, depending on how these tariffs play out. So yeah, I'm curious how you feel about that.
I don't know, man. I don't think that it would go up that high. I think, this is just my opinion, I think they kind of factored the tariffs into that price. You know, jumping from $300 from the Switch 1 to like, you know, $200 more. I think they kind of factored that in there. Well, at least I'm hoping they are, but you're right, it could go up to, you know, $500 or like $600-$700 depending on the price.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know exactly what that's going to be, because like it's kind of like a weird turn of events. So initially, from what I heard, is manufacturing operations were taking place in China. Like, yes, it's a Japanese product, but they were manufacturing it in China. And then when Nintendo got wind of China being hit with higher tariffs, they actually moved a majority of their manufacturing operations to Vietnam, is what I heard. So they moved operations to Vietnam so they could avoid tariffs being hit on China, just to find out that like Vietnam is also going to get hit with some tariffs too. So yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, like I don't know enough about how like tariffs work. Like I understand like the base concept of like what they are and how they affect like distributors and suppliers and stuff like that, but it all really comes down to the middle person. Like the middle person or the distributor is going to decide if they want to like raise the price of their product to match the fee on tariffs that they have to pay, or if they're willing to accept like a lower margin, like a profit margin. So I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to play out. This is going to have a pretty huge impact, in my opinion, on a lot of like hardware and electronic tech that comes out. Like if you were hoping to get a good deal on like a new GPU, like before the GPU craze, like we might not see that for a long time. I feel like it's going to be a lot like COVID when, you know, we were willing to pay almost scalper prices for a new GPU. And now that the tariffs are going to be in place, like the companies are already super greedy. If they're going to like up the price of their products just because of the tariffs, then it's going to suck more for consumers. Like it's just, it might be kind of out of our price range in terms of like the new stuff, the sweet treats that we want to get for ourselves. So yeah, Nintendo, I guess we'll follow more closely on that and see what happens. But if that thing stays around 450 to 500 bucks, like that was already kind of high for me. Like max, I was hoping it was going to be like 399. So, and then that's not even like an OLED model. That's just like a regular like LCD model. And it's hard, dude. Like it's hard to go back to LCD when you've been playing on like an OLED handheld. Like my Steam Deck and our Switch is an OLED, and the colors just look so good. And I also have like a regular Switch that's LCD, and that thing sucks. So it's gonna be hard to justify even like 450 bucks for me if I'm playing handheld, because the color is just not good. I would love it to be an OLED screen, but that'll be another premium that they put out maybe like another year or so from now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to come out with a refresh. And I mean, 450, add like another $100, 550, a bundle, $600. That's crazy. $600. And like you think about like a PS5, dude, is $500 and it can do so much. Yeah. Like the Switch can't even play Blu-rays. It has like, I don't even know if you can connect it to like Netflix or anything.
I don't remember. I thought for, you know, the Wii did. It's crazy because they had so much more you could download for the Wii. Like you could download like browsers and Netflix and a lot of those third-party like streaming apps. I feel like they really locked down the Switch, man. Like I think that's kind of what hurts Nintendo, is how proprietary they are with their tech. And I mean, like, granted, like emulation's out there too, and people were definitely taking advantage of emulation, but it's just hard, man. It's like hard, like playing games on the Switch, knowing that there's so much better technology out there. Like playing Legend of Zelda on like 28 frames per second with like super low settings is like, it's fun when it's just like Zelda, I get it, but it's just like, dude, the hardware is so much better out there. You know, like it deserves more, but they're so like locked down and they don't want to change the prices on any of their games. Even their old games are still full price. It's like 5 years old. It's just, I don't know, man. Nintendo, it's tough to get behind their marketing strategy because they're so fucking greedy. It just reminds me of Apple.
Yeah, Nintendo is definitely greedy, but I mean, they still make that money. I was watching a video and they were saying that the Switch is like one of the best sold like consoles, like right behind the PS3, like of all time. So I don't know. I mean, like I feel like people are still gonna buy it. They're still gonna pre-order it. They're still gonna like flaunt that shit. But yeah, I'm gonna hold off on it for at least a year or two, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, like for family households, like they're gonna get it for those reasons. They're gonna get it for their kids. They're gonna get it for like get-togethers. I don't think that the Switch is geared toward like the more hardcore gamer. And when I say hardcore, I mean like I'm talking about the other library games that are like multiplayer and like the Call of Duties and the BRs. You know, like the story-driven like M-rated games and stuff. That's not really what the Switch is for. So I mean, yeah, it's still gonna sell. I mean, people that have the money, where money is no object, it's gonna sell. But the regular ass people that are just like paycheck to paycheck are just like, nah, I can wait. I can wait for that.
Yeah, so I even heard like another rumor saying that even in the physical copies, or what's supposed to be a physical copy of the game, it's only going to be a code to download the game.
I can do
That's
that.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
going to the store and buying like what you think is a physical copy of the game, so you can take it anywhere and like play on other like switches and stuff. You probably won't be able to. I don't know how the like game sharing is on there. I heard that it was pretty good and you are allowed to like game share. Like so I did hear that so if you play online with other people, you don't all have to buy the same game to play. So say like 4 of you want to play Mario Kart, as long as one of you guys have it, then all 4 of you can play it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is kind of cool. Like it's probably like down to a licensing thing. But I mean, honestly, that is a pretty cool feature. Like if you think about like what makes party games so fun, which is playing with other people. It's like if I have 4 people on my couch playing, it should be the same experience as being able to play like online with people for the same game. And I think that's actually a pretty cool feature. Like I could get behind that for sure. You know, because games be expensive, man. Gaming's an expensive ass hobby.
Yeah, but Mario Party is fun when you got a couple drinks in you and you're just like hanging out with a couple people. Like it's pretty fun, dude. We have to do it. We have to do like a Mario Party game night.
Yeah, I'm down. I get too fucking competitive with Mario Party, but I'm down.
Yeah. All right, we have to make a date of that.
For sure. All right. Well, speaking of competitive, speaking of multiplayer, let's move on to Call of Duty update. Verdansk has returned. They're trying to get like people back to the game, trying to get all the content creators hyped up. So Call of Duty went back to Verdansk to see if that was going to fix all the issues that they had recently. I don't even know what the previous map was called, but everybody's just really happy Superstore is back. You download it yet?
No, I'm not. I'm probably not gonna play it, dude. Like Call of Duty is just well, because I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, before they did Verdansk, I wasn't having fun on Call of Duty. It's gonna be the same players on there, the same cheaters, same hackers. I haven't updated it in forever, so right now it has like more than 100 gig update, and I don't have that kind of time to sit there and watch it update. And I don't want to leave my computer on all day just to update that shit. But
I actually updated mine Friday. I updated mine, and then I logged on just to find out it was like a big ass update, like you said. And then I got impatient and I went downstairs to play Horizon. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm gonna hop on it. Like I might hop on it just to play. I think they did change some mechanics to the game. Supposedly they got rid of the Omni movement. They got rid of some of the slide mechanics again. I guess you used to be able to like slide into a dolphin dive or whatever, and now I guess you can't do that. Like I don't know, man. I'll give it a chance, but it doesn't look fun to me for some reason. I don't know. Like I don't know what's happening with BRs right now. That's got me so sad.
well, I think a lot of people hopped off BRs, especially like the big streamers are all playing Marvel Rivals. I mean, I know your boy OG Spiros is playing it, and he's been tweeting about it like all fucking week.
He's on Verdansk. Oh, you talking about Verdansk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's his bread and butter, bro. Like that's all he plays. Like he's not good at anything except for Call of Duty. I remember watching them play Apex for like a week. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, man, it's fun, bro. It's fun, bro." And then like he just was so bad at it. So yeah, back to Call of Duty for him, but I don't know, man. I do want to give it a try. I do miss like Call of Duty BRs. It just made me think about Blackout. I was actually going back and looking at some old Blackout clips with like me and Michelle and you, and Blackout was so fun, man. Like I don't know why it's so hard for companies to come out with like a good BR. I don't like that my sort of like standard is Fortnite right now, because realistically, dude, Fortnite's not even that fun. There's just more to do in Fortnite compared to the other BRs. But I just miss Blackout. That's my problem.
I do. I miss that game too. That's why I started making YouTube videos. I go back, dude, and I look at those and I'm just like cringe. I'm just like, so bad, so bad.
The gameplay was just felt so good back then, and if they would have improved some quality of life features to kind of emulate more of the modern BRs, like if they had a buyback system, if the movement was just slightly more improved, maybe expand the map a little bit, I feel like Blackout could have been really good. Like if we would have got a Blackout 2 with more of the modern features that are kind of a standard in BRs now, I think it would have done such a good job, man. But yeah, we'll probably never get anything like that again. Now that Rivals is out, everybody wants to play Rivals.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah. You still grinding it, right?
Yeah. So I think we're done talking about Verdansk. I mean, it's just like we don't play it, so we don't really have a lot of input on it. It's just let you guys know that it's back. I mean, the Car 98 is back. That was my favorite gun when they brought it to Warzone. And then they took it away, and I just really lost interest because none of the snipers really like do it for me.
Actually, that's true. I was actually talking to my coworkers about that because I used to clip a lot of videos from Blackout and even like other versions of Warzone, Fortnite, when sniping, like it was fun to snipe in those games because you still had to be good at it. And even if you got like a few kills from sniping, like that kind of meant something. And now it doesn't even matter. Like nobody snipes anymore. When they do have sniper rifles, they kind of suck. Like everybody's all about like the multi-kill feeds now. So I feel like they're just catering to those kind of players. And I wish they would just bring back like good sniper rifles, man. Like I miss sniping in those games when it actually took skill to kill people. So whatever. Yeah.
I mean, my favorite sniper from Blackout was Outlaw. I freaking love that sniper.
Yeah. I was all about the Paladin, dude. The Paladin was just so satisfying, bro, from like those long headshots.
Yeah.
The sound effect you got from the headshots. And then if you played the what was it called, man? I don't remember the other mode, but they had the other mode where you could actually like a respawn. And they had like the
something.
Yeah. But they had the cache, the weapons cache that you could get like the Locust out of it. And the Locust was good too, man. The Locust and the Paladin were my favorite snipers in that game. So fun, bro. So fun.
Are the servers still up for that? Like if we wanted to go play it right now, could we?
Yeah, I think they still have servers. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of the same people in the lobbies. I think the lobbies only fill up to maybe 75 or 80 people though. Like you don't get 100 anymore. But there's a few modes that still have a lot of players, like especially Alcatraz. Alcatraz still has a lot of players in it. So we could hop on one of these days.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for a nostalgia trip.
Yeah, the mechanics are hard to get back into though, man. Like the whole backpack and looting system was so difficult in that compared to how it is now. I feel like I would need like an hour just to get the rust off of figuring out the inventory system.
Yeah. So yesterday was pretty much my only day to play out of the week. And so I was playing Marvel Rivals for a couple hours, and then my internet went out. And I got the email from like Spectrum. It's like, oh, there's a power outage in your area. It'll be up at like 11:30 at night. And I was like, God damn, because it was only like 6 o'clock. I'm like, what am I gonna do for like 5.5 hours? So I looked over at my PS5 and I was like, you're up. And so I played God of War. I put like at least like 3 more hours into it, and that was like the funnest 3 hours of that game that I played for like the first like 20 hours of it. Yeah, so I was finishing the mission with Atreus when he was still with Odin over there. They go and they release the dog. And then he was all like, yeah, I want to go back home. So he goes back home, and then he gets back with Kratos, and then they have to go and try to like lock the dog back up. So that whole like mission, that whole time period from that beginning to that end was like so much fun.
Yeah,
Like, I was like, damn, like why can't this whole game be like that? I don't know if you got that far. Or you beat the game already?
I beat the game. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So how close am I to beating the game from that point?
I mean, realistically, like if you just grinded through, and just played straight through it, like you could probably beat it in like another 3 hours.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what bosses you fight though too. Like there's definitely a part of the game that kind of like stalls a little bit, and you can get sidetracked. But if you just stick to the main story, I think you can still push through it and beat it in a few hours. But that's kind of like where it was for me too, though. Like the end of the game, kind of like that last like quarter of the game gets really really good because I feel like you go through so much filler before that, and then like once the story kind of gets rolling again, it definitely gets a lot better. So you could beat it. You could probably beat it in like maybe 3 or 4 hours if you really just push through the story.
Okay. They did release I guess it's like an extended or like a downloadable play. I think it's called Valhalla. I don't know. I just downloaded it yesterday, but it's like a continuation kind of thing of the game. So I want to check that out.
It's sort of like you don't really need to play it. I mean, once you beat the game, you're gonna have a lot of things that open up. I think that's what kind of was hard for me is like I'm the type of person that tries to do everything as much as I can before moving on with a story. But there's so many side missions and extra content that's locked behind finishing the game. So it's like you don't have to do really any of the side mission stuff or DLC until you finish the game. And then it's like, okay, like if you really like the game that much, then by all means, like do all the extra shit. But the Valhalla DLC was really just like challenge levels. It doesn't really add more to the story per se. There's definitely like Easter eggs in there. But it's not like how a game would be done and then they'd release DLC and then you get like a little bit more of the story. It's just like challenge levels, you know?
So it was kind of like at the end of the first game they had that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if I think it's kind of comparable to in the first game you had like the mountain, like the fire mountain that you had to like just keep fighting like waves and waves of people until you could like unlock like whatever the final thing was. It was like a piece of armor or some shit like that, or I think it was actually to fight one of the Valkyries. It was so you could fight one of the last Valkyries, but you had to go through like each of those waves before you could get to it. That's kind of what Valhalla's like. It's similar to that.
All right, that sounds fun.
Yeah, but yeah, it's actually funny because that's like now I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And I don't know if it's because there was just a lot out at the time that I didn't really feel that interested. But now that like all the new games don't really appeal to me right now, or because they haven't been very good, going back and playing Horizon's been pretty fun, and I enjoy that now. I've been grinding it actually a lot.
Yeah, I played the first one for a little bit, but I need to get back into it. I also want to play what was the zombie motorcycles, Days Gone.
Oh, Days Gone, yeah.
Yeah, so I started playing that one, didn't finish it. I have a couple Resident Evil games I need to get back into because I start all these games and I don't finish them. And
yeah, man, that's actually a good point, dude. The Resident Evil games, like the remakes, like they look so good, and I haven't even given them a chance yet.
Yeah, well, I had the Village, and I think I got like halfway through the Village and didn't finish it. So I'm just gonna start that game over again because I played what was it, 7? Yeah, 7.
Yeah,
and that one was good. Like I liked it, and then it's a continuation of 7, and I got like halfway through it and I just never went back.
I kind of understand that though. Like I really enjoyed Village. I enjoyed Village a lot actually, but it was kind of a different game from 7. 7 was definitely like more of a survival horror, like Hills Have Eyes type of game, you know? Whereas Village was really more like supernatural horror. Like you're dealing with, werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. But you're much more capable in that game than you were in 7. Like 7, you really felt like every bullet, like every healing item was so invaluable through that game. But in Village, it feels more like of an action game than it does like a horror game. It's like Van Helsing or something. It was kind of comparable to Resident Evil 4. Like I kind of like compare it a lot to Resident Evil 4 because you have like a lot of different weapons and a lot of different upgrades, and it feels more like that, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. Like they're still good games, and even the remakes, like going back to play Resident Evil 2 and 3 and then 4, those are definitely things I want to do because they actually look really good. Quality of life updates and all that stuff.
Yeah, I just got to find the time to play it.
Yeah, man.
Just because I am addicted to playing Marvel Rivals, which we can get into that. So the next topic that we're going to get into is Marvel Rivals 2. New season is about to drop next week around like the 11th, 10th, around there. I don't know exactly what day, but they are going to be introducing Emma Frost, the tank. The trailer that they came out with, she looks pretty good. Like she has a lot of good moves on there. Like her ult is pretty like overpowering. Like she has a lot of good things on there, and like the jiggle physics that they did on her is pretty crazy, man. Like have you seen the trailer?
No, but they be like wilding out with those like female characters, dude. Like I don't know if it's because it's a Chinese company, but it's like Fortnite would never they would never do that shit, bro. Like Fortnite is so tame in their like female characters versus like Rivals, dude. Rivals is crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's not like super crazy, but like I would say it's pretty tame. It's just you just notice stuff here and there that goes on.
Yeah. I don't know much about Emma Frost though, like in terms of her Marvel Comics like origins. Like I know she's in one of the X-Men movies. Or a few of them, and like her skin, like she can turn her skin to like diamonds, basically like hard skin, right? Which would make sense for a tank fighter, I guess, because she could shield a lot of damage.
Yeah, she so when she uses that, the hardening, she's not able to get like other people, they can't use their ult on her, so it's like already like really overpowering. She does this thing where she like pulls a crystal, or she like forms a crystal in front of the person, and if you shoot the crystal and like dissolve it, it like does way more damage to the person. And then it's kind of like she has like a Scarlet Witch type thing where like she'll like use her power on them, and the longer she stays on them, the more it like racks up, so it'll like double, triple in damage the longer you stay on there. So key to that is like trying to get away from her as fast as you can, because it's just gonna drain your energy. But
okay.
But yeah, so I am looking forward to it. Like I do want to play her, but I'm just not good at playing tanks, and maybe this one I'll be good at. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like they introduce a lot more tanks into these updates than any of the other character types, because you had her, you had the Thing, you had Invisible Woman. I guess she wasn't really a tank, she was support, huh?
Yeah,
she was definitely more support. Like I'm thinking back to like how Overwatch was, and I know that the character classes are different in Rivals than it was Overwatch, but I feel like there's not enough like a DPS type characters. Like I see a lot of like tanks and supports in most of the Rival games that I watch.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a system down, so you gotta have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they go like 3 healers, sometimes they go like 3 tanks. It just depends on how good they are, like how good the team is with communication and stuff like that.
Sounds exhausting.
A little bit, but I mean, there's gonna be a lot of buffs, a lot of nerfs coming. I know that Winter Soldier is not going to be paired up with Rocket the Raccoon anymore with the unlimited ammo.
Oh dang!
Yeah. I think Scarlet Witch is gonna be team up with Doctor Strange, so they're gonna have a team up, so it's gonna be completely different. I know there's a lot more, but I can't remember them all, and I didn't write them down, so just trust me, bro.
I'll trust you, bro, because I don't play it. So you can tell me anything you want about Marvel Rivals, and I wouldn't know.
Dude, you need to play it.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just I'm having so much fun playing my first person, or not first person, but like my story games now. Like Horizon's really fun. I'm really enjoying Horizon. I feel like I'm finally getting value out of it now. After like 3 years, it feels like it's been 3 years since I even touched it. So yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. Ever since that comment was made to me, dude, from that guy on Rivals, I'm just like, nope, I just won't play anymore.
Dude, that's crazy. You know how many times I wouldn't have played if people like I listened to the people that
I know,
just yesterday, dude. So I got to Diamond, and when you get to Diamond, you can pick to ban people from the other team, and then the other team can ban a person on your team. So like nobody was picking. So I play Cloak and Dagger, and nobody was picking anybody to ban. So I picked to ban Magneto, because Magneto always kills me after I come out of my ult. So I was like, it makes sense if I'm gonna play Cloak and Dagger, you know, ban Magneto. And then my team went off on me because they're like, why would you ban him? Like who's gonna bubble you and blah blah blah. So like we lost like both of those rounds, and like everybody, that whole team, even the other team, were like, oh yeah, like report Elite, report him for throwing, blah blah blah. So I'm like, I really don't give a shit, dude. It's a free to play game. Like I don't care. Like if you want to report me, like nothing's gonna happen, because they're gonna look at the gameplay and see that I actually tried, and like all of you guys sucked. So, you know, they might just ban you guys for sucking.
Yeah.
And and the whole time, like nobody else voted to ban anybody. So like I was talking shit back to him. I was like, nobody voted. You know, I was the only one that voted, and that's why my vote went through, because nobody else voted. So it didn't make sense. Like it's just stupid ass people. Like
that's too serious, bro. It's taking the game too seriously. I don't have to worry about that with my first party like story games.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it just comes with it. Like you just gotta have some thick skin playing Marvel Rivals.
I know, man. I know. I'll figure it out. Honestly, like I haven't had as much time in the game as I want to. So one of these weekends where I'm just like, I got nothing going on and I got nothing but time to kill, like I'll hop on and grind a little bit. But right now I'm all right. I'm just gonna live through you for all of your the Rivals stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably be streaming next Friday, maybe.
Sounds good. Watch that stream. Okay, next topic. So we can get into some baseball stuff now. We're like 2 weeks, about 2 weeks or so into the season. I think my Yankees were 5-2. I think last I checked, y'all were 8-1. You crazy?
We are 9-2 now. We lost the series to the Phillies.
Damn. So we're basically like talking about the torpedo bats. So everybody was giving New York a bunch of shit for having the torpedo bats. Turns out there were a lot of other teams that were also using torpedo bats. Based on like the engineer that designed them, it was more or less determined that they were legal, like based on the dimensions of the bat. If anything, all he was trying to do was just optimize the bat. So it's not, I don't know if it's like, if you want to call it cheating or not, it just kind of like changes how like the power is sort of like distributed, or how the impact is distributed through the bat. But I heard that they were gonna get rid of the bats. So I don't know if that's true or not, or if they decide like, nah, we're gonna let other teams use them now. Like, what did you hear about it?
So I did hear that they were legal and any team can use them. Even Max Muncy on the Dodgers ordered some. I think he tried them out, but he hasn't hit a home run with them. Not like the Yankees did. And I guess he tried it out. I guess he didn't like it, or in that game he just went back to like his old reliable bat and he actually got a hit with it. So I guess it just depends on feel. I was actually hearing news that Stanton was using it last year, and that's what caused his injury that he had, because he said that he was trying a new swing, he didn't say exactly that it was the bat, but people are speculating that it was the bat, and that's why he got hurt, because he was trying to change something with his mechanic or his swing or something like that.
When you say he was using it last year, we're talking like in practice and training though, right? Because obviously they weren't using it in a game.
No, I think in the game. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong, but it could be in practice. But I'm not specifically sure. Like, I don't really follow the Yankees like that. But it was just a story, because it's not my team, bro. It's your team. You should be telling me this news.
I know. You're the baseball guy.
Yeah, I think it was like on the Talking Baseball on the John Boy podcast. They were talking about it. So yeah, so either he was practicing with it or he was using it in real games, but he was switching up his mechanic to try to, get better use out of that bat. Yeah, and he got hurt somehow. I don't even know how he got hurt. I don't know, he got like a strain. Oh, it was his elbows, right? Like both of his elbows like went out or something.
I mean, the dude's old, man. So like anything with his knees, his elbows, his ankles, like all that stuff is going to be like weak. I mean, I kind of get it though. It's people are sort of talking about this like it's some kind of cheat code, but it really does change like how you swing. I mean, all it's really doing is it's optimizing the contact areas of the bat. So people that used to get like a jammed up, it's not like they're swinging and missing. Like they're definitely like getting inside like on their swing, and they're making contact. It's just the way the bats are made, like it doesn't know how to distribute where that point of contact is when you're like below like the meat of the bat. So if anything, it's rewarding batters for being able to make contact within that part, because it's hard, man. When you have a player that like sits up really close to the plate, and you like immediately you're gonna want to throw an inside pitch on that player, like it's hard to like tuck your elbows in and then like come around on such a tight inside pitch. And basically what this bat is doing is it's allowing players to be able to like actually make something out of it, like if they make contact. Because otherwise, if you're gonna make contact on that type of pitch, if it's in the strike zone, which you definitely want to swing at the ball if it's in a strike zone, even if they hit the ball, it's not going to travel. Like you're going to ground out, or it's going to be like a crappy like pop fly or something. You're going to end up like quote unquote hurting the player, because that shit stings like when you get that inside ball. So I can kind of see it both ways, but it definitely does change how, mechanically how certain players are going to swing, like what they're going to be looking for. And it's also going to change, the pitchers too, like option wise, like, maybe now they're not going to want to throw inside quite as often, knowing that it's going to be harder to like jam up a player now on those type of pitches too. So it's basically just extending like the lower part of the bat and like the upper part of the bat now, so that if you do make contact, the ball will just travel a little bit better. But it's not like it's making like the player, it's not like a cheat code for the player, like I guess, I don't know. It's because my Yankees are using the bats and I'm trying to justify it. But when like 90% of the league's like, no, they're cheating, get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I hear that all the time. Just like even against the Dodgers, it's just like, why are they allowed to defer money and sign all these big contracts? It's like, bro, your team can do the same thing. They're just very cheap.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, kind of running out of time right now. Do you want to talk more baseball stuff? Do you want to move on to the last topic?
Yeah, we can move on to the last topic. Just the start of baseball, so we got a lot more baseball to talk in the future. So
sure.
So next thing we wanted to talk about was the Superman trailer, right?
Yeah, so we had a couple trailers drop, sort of. They had like a CinemaCon last week, which I haven't looked at all the trailers that dropped from it. But the only two that really stood out to me from that was we had the Superman trailer, and we had like a new Tron Ares trailer, which is interesting. Let's talk about the Superman trailer first. So overall, like, what did you think about it? Does it change your opinion about what the Superman movies gonna be like? Are you excited about it? Are you like whatever about it?
Okay, so when I first saw the trailer for like the very first trailer that came out, I was like very optimistic that it was gonna be a good movie. After this last trailer came out, I'm like, I feel like this movie might flop. It was just like the whole like the robots like tying him down so they can like magnify the sun to heal him, and it just looked so bad. Like, in my opinion, it just looked so bad.
Something does kind of feel weird about it, right? Like I don't know if it's like the color palette. I know they're trying to sort of encapsulate that golden era of Superman when it was about like, you know, like the brightness and the positivity and like the good old days. And I guess they got that down, but just like something about it just feels off to me, man. Like it's given me some serious like CW vibes, like CW, like Arrowverse, like Flash, Supergirl, like vibes. I don't know how to explain it, man. But after watching the trailer or the preview or whatever you want to call it, I'm like, what is this? Like, am I really watching a Superman preview right now? Like, this is what I have to look forward to? I just don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I did like the first couple scenes with the dog, where the dog was like trying to play with him and he was just like jumping on him, like when he was all hurt and everything, he's all screaming. Like that was kind of funny.
Like a comedy though. Like, are they trying to make it like a comedy? I guess I'm just kind of like caught up in this more serious, edgy kind of Superman movies, like the Snyderverse ones. People hate the Snyderverse movies, but I like them. I don't know, man. Like the dog jumps on his belly and he goes like, oh, like he like screams and like what are they doing, bro? I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna hate on it too much before the movie comes out. Time will tell.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much all that they added. I know they cleaned up some scenes, like when what is it called, the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude.
So like when those the ice starts coming up, I know they did a little bit more CGI work on there, so you can actually see snow on some of the ice like start to fall off and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Also, when he was sitting in the room with Lois and they have that battle in the background that like people were memeing. Mm-hmm. Like there was like destruction going on. He was over there like tying his shoe and stuff. Like yeah. So they cleaned that up, so you can actually see like a Green Lantern like ray going into it. So you kind of figure that Green Lantern is fighting whatever is out there, and he's just kind of getting ready to go fight it with him.
Yeah.
I think that was it. That was pretty much all I seen that was extra. Besides the whole like the robots trying to repair him with the magnified sun scene, which I didn't like. I think if I go to the movie theater and see that, I'm just gonna like bust out laughing at that scene.
It felt comedic for some reason. It felt kind of comical. It was hard to take it seriously. Like I said, we'll see. Like this is not going to be an origin story for Superman, so there's that. So we'll have to wrap our brain around, okay, like he's already been Superman. We're kind of just getting into the meat of it all. So I mean, like James Gunn is a great director. Like he's done good work. Like obviously he's done the new Suicide Squad movie that was actually pretty decent. He's done the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which were all really good. So I'll give him a chance. It's just from what I've seen so far, I'm not too thrilled about what they're putting out for this DC universe. So
yeah, so that's our thoughts on that. So moving on, I recently just watched the Tron, what is it called? Ares.
Yeah, Ares. So
yeah.
So I'll say what I need to say about it first. Like I've been looking forward to a new Tron movie since Legacy. I don't know how I feel about the setting with this one. It looks like they're going to introduce like the Tron world into the real world, so there's going to be like a collision of stuff in that movie. I'm not excited about Jared Leto being in the movie. that's the only thing that worries me about the movie is Jared Leto. He potentially can ruin it for me, and I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I thought about when I saw him, because I was just like, it's Morbius time.
Yeah,
He kind of looks like the same character from Morbius.
yeah.
They didn't really
I don't know,
change a
man.
lot.
Like it's weird because he's been really good in a lot of other movies when he's like a support character. For some reason, when he's the lead character, it's problematic. So we'll just, I don't know, man. We'll just have to see. I'm excited for Tron Ares. So I'm hoping the movie will be at least as good, if not better than Legacy, regardless of Jared Leto. Like, they didn't reveal too much in the trailer, so I'm curious how it ties into the other Tron movie. Like, I don't know if it's like a true continuation or if there's been a lot of time in between. But I do kind of like that, like, retro neon style special effects that they have in the Tron movies. Like, it's really cool. So I'm at least looking forward to the visuals of the movie. Hopefully the story's good. I hope it's good because I'm really worried about Jared Leto.
Yeah, the visuals look really good. It's something that I would want to see in IMAX just to take full advantage of that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, I think that's kind of all we've got for this one. We've been on for a little while, over an hour now. Carlos, you got anything else you want to talk about before we go?
No. We are gonna do the Last of Us podcast again. We want to do one before the episode comes out, kind of just get our thoughts on it, like what do we think are gonna happen, what we think is gonna happen during the season, characters, people that they casted to play characters, what are our thoughts on that. And we'll be doing them every week right after the episode. The episodes won't come out till later at night, but stay up or watch it in the morning. But other than that, please like and subscribe. That's all I got. Just kind
of it. Yeah,
like and subscribe.
This is gonna wrap up this episode, everybody. So catch us this week on this episode. We're gonna be putting out another episode around when Last of Us comes out, so we're really stoked about making some content around that. So otherwise, this is gonna do it for me and Carlos. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Get on our socials, Spotify, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
So,
peace.